So there's a few things that stood out to me about the Indiana Fever's schedule. One, they have extra back-to-backs, or not necessarily extra. There are other teams with as many, but more than most teams. 3 back-to-backs on the season, I believe, which sucks when you're trying to prevent injury and all that. But there's another quirk in the schedule that could lead to it being a season for the books, especially for the duo of Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston. Look, we know those two have quite a relationship on the court and off the court. All those things, it's really worked out for them back-to-back number one.
The secret has been revealed. Insiders are in shock over what they saw during a secret 2026 Team USA session, where Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston revealed a synergy so deep it's being described as unparalleled. This was more than a scrimmage. It was a sneak peek at power, a startling demonstration of psychic communication that stunned seasoned instructors. The seamless flow between the two, the raw power. It's much more than anyone could have predicted. What many only dared to imagine is confirmed by this leaked site. Together, these two have the potential to redefine greatness and upend our preconceived notions about championship duos. Through this gap in the wall, their future appears to be nothing short of revolutionary.
Have quite a relationship on the court and off the court. All those things, it's really worked out for them back-to-back number one picks. You could say the Fever benefited from being bad because that was the case. But those two together, the foundation of the team. But not only do they have a chance to compete for a WNBA championship this year, but they should be teammates on Team USA. Both Clark and Aliyah Boston were part of the USA basketball camp in December. And one would assume they're both going to make the roster for the World Cup.
However, their startling rise is really set up by another timetable irregularity. A major vacation planned specifically for the World Cup from August 31st to September 16th. It has been discreetly suggested that this pivotal window, an almost unprecedented break in the grueling WNBA season, is the ideal storm for Boston and Clark. It's a chance to strengthen an existing strong relationship on a worldwide scale and an international testing ground. This is more than just a vacation. It serves as a springboard for their mutual fate.
Both going to make the roster for the World Cup. And when you look at the WNBA schedule that was released, assuming a CBA gets done, this is interesting. They will go on a break from August 31st to September 16th for the World Cup, which will be played in Berlin. Teams will have a handful of games after that tournament finishes, with the playoffs set to begin on September 27th. So really, you could have that break there that allows those two players and everybody else on the Team USA, of course, to go to the World Cup and compete for a gold medal. And, Clark and Boston could be gold medal teammates, and it stands to reason they'll both be playing big.
What the leaked footage barely hinted at is confirmed by rumors circulating within the league. Boston and Clark are more than simply teammates. They are without a doubt the Indiana Fever's cornerstone. Their unique connection, which powers their entire team, has been fostered by their friendship both on and off the court. They are positioned as the unquestionable nucleus of a club destined for greatness because of this deep bond that resulted from being back-to-back number one picks. As their relationship strengthens into an unbreakable force, the entire league witnesses memorization.
World Cup and compete for a gold medal. And, Clark and Boston could be gold medal teammates, and it stands to reason they'll both be playing big minutes for that team as well. And then you go back to the season. And so that hype feeds in to the other, and you get the playoffs, and they push even further. So if the Fever make an extended run in the playoffs, it's a double whammy of sorts. And why do you say they're going to make the team? Well, we know what happened when Clark didn't make the Olympic team last time around. And, she's the best point guard in the world, so she should be on the team. But Sue Bird, who's the managing director of USA Basketball, also had good things to say about both players. I mean, this was back.
However, their collaboration goes well beyond the Fever. Boston and Clark both played significant roles in the December Team USA basketball camp, a definite indication of their global aspirations. Both are now expected to earn positions on the World Cup team and wear the same colors on the international scene. This isn't just conjecture. Their united membership on Team USA is less of a possibility and more of an impending certainty. It's a quietly acknowledged reality among those in the know, validating their position as future international stalwarts.
Caitlin Clark can play basketball in a minute.
Yeah, I thought she looked great, right? I mean, here's a player that didn't get to play this summer, all in, didn't get to play a lot of basketball really in the last year plus. So for this to be the first day back, she looked great. You know, the things that are going to be hard is always the conditioning part. It's really hard to get in basketball shape without playing basketball. So I'm sure that's going to, come as the camp comes. But she looks great regardless outside of that. And the other thing is like rhythm, right? You got to find your rhythm. And, I'm sure everybody saw that one step back in transition she had. So the rhythm looks great. But more than anything, you want all these players to just be around each other, right? Off the court, on the court.
Managing Director Sue Bird provided frank views regarding Clark's preparedness, which is the most startling revelation from those close to the national team camp. Although Bird admitted that it was Clark's first time back on the floor in a long time, her evaluation was excellent. Bird declared categorically that she looked fantastic and marveled at Clark's rapid impact despite her brief absence. This unbiased evaluation validates Clark's innate skill and her capacity to grab attention right away, even when she's not performing at her best.
On her podcast, the Fever took the quote here. What really stands out to me is Aliyah Boston. Aliyah Boston looks great right now. She looked great in USA camp. She's really, I think, found her game and just has a confidence about, this is what I do, and I'm going to be great at these things. And one of those things is playmaking. So that's another aspect that she sees for Boston on the USA squad. And that's been something that Boston has done for the Indiana Fever. So, it could be just quite a campaign for those two if things break the right way. I gotta assume health. Obviously, the Fever got to beat the teams in front of them. You're not walking to a championship. You're not guaranteed a championship.
However, Bird didn't back down from the difficulties, pointing out that Clark's main obstacle would be conditioning, which is a logical result of spending time away from competitive play. Bird said that it's really difficult to get in basketball shape without playing. Despite this disclaimer, Bird's observations highlighted Clark's natural aptitude and her rapid influence. There was no question about Clark's basic talent when she executed a perfect step-back transition shot, showcasing her rhythm. It was an unmistakable preview of her eventual complete recovery.
And Boston and Clark being on USA basketball roster is basically a given. So it seems far away now, but it could be a really, really special fall for not only the entire Fever team, but particularly those two. In the meantime, Aliyah continues to have good things to say about her teammate. She was Caitlin Clark's worlds collided on the broadcast of the Iowa-Maryland game because it was Lisa Bluter and Aliyah Boston together, obviously her college coach and her current teammate.
What's interesting about you both now is you have a connective thread, one of the most...
However, Clark's surprises didn't end there. Sue Bird surprised many by praising Aliyah Boston on her own podcast. Bird said, "Aliyah Boston looks great right now," highlighting Boston's increased self-assurance and skill. This is more than simply a compliment. It's recognition of Boston's developing skill set and her development into a top-tier player. Boston's play has reached a new level thanks to Bird's unexpectedly profound appreciation. Bird's analysis of Boston's game revealed a particular emerging ability that will be essential for Team USA's playmaking. She has been
I just always want to be in her camp and support her. I have so much admiration for her, for what she has really not only just accomplished, but what she's handled in her young 24 years of life. I told her today, your 20s have been pretty good to you.
I would say so. Yeah, they've been transformative, I would say, to say the least. And Aliyah, it's been interesting watching her final season in college with you here at the desk and then watching your relationship develop at the professional level.
Yeah, honestly, it has been so great. It's always so weird when you play against someone and then you are on the same team and building that relationship. But I think just over the past 2 years, it's been amazing. From the first time she got to Indy and us just building that relationship.
Developing this hidden strength with the Fever, which is now regarded as a crucial component of Boston's game for the national team. It's a subtle development that enhances her already commanding presence. This insight from Bird confirms Boston's function as much more than just a scorer or rebounder and highlights the strategic significance of her varied contributions. The unwritten story points to a compelling underlying reason for Clark's inclusion on Team USA. Few people can match the intense determination that was sparked by the pain of being left off of the previous Olympic team. Making the team isn't the only goal here. The world will soon witness a player motivated by an unwavering commitment to Team USA. It's about proving a point, about achieving a reason that the rejection she experienced in the past feeds a fire inside her. Yearning for atonement. The most personal glimpse into their relationship has been provided by Aliyah Boston, who has shown a competitive dynamic that motivates both players to succeed. Boston described their everyday motivation, saying, "It honestly continues to motivate you because you guys want to be great for each other." She even revealed their pre-game ritual, which involved embraces and affirmations as a sign of their confidence and regard for one another. These intimate revelations reveal the core of their remarkable relationship and the emotional depth that underlies their on-court supremacy. Even Lisa Bluer, Clark's former college coach, has commented on their relationship and predicted that Boston will gain an immediate advantage from Clark's entrance. Knowing that Boston would receive a lot of those passes down the floor and be fed the ball, Bluer was ecstatic when Clark entered Indiana. This is not merely a remark made by a coach. It's a professional evaluation of their complementary approaches that predicts the offensive eruption that their collaboration will unavoidably produce. It was a vision of their future that was now coming to pass. The collective opinion of those who have followed their path now boldly describes them as a dynamic duo, with some even daring to speculate that they might end up being the most dynamic coupling in WNBA history. This isn't exaggeration. It's an acknowledgement of their distinct skill sets and their capacity to raise each other's game to previously unheard of levels. The immense potential for excellence driven by their individual skills and group dynamic are simply astounding. They are headed toward becoming basketball legends. The final award is really important. The unexpected prospect of Clark and Boston winning a WNBA championship trophy soon after winning a gold medal at the World Cup. It is nearly impossible to fathom this double whammy scenario, a convergence of both domestic and international grandeur. This unique stellar alignment presents an opportunity for both individual and team immortality in a single season. This is not merely a fantasy. It's a carefully thought-out chance for unmatched success. The extraordinary convergence of significant events is what makes this potentially historic season even more shocking. There haven't been many years in which the international competition, the WNBA schedule, and a pair of this size fit together so well. A window of opportunity is created by this special convergence that might not come around again for a long time. It's an incredibly unique opportunity to see history happen in real time. A perfect storm for great accomplishments. Experienced observers add a vital dose of reality despite the enormous hype. There is never a guarantee of success. Naturally, health is still of utmost importance, and the Fever still needs to defeat strong adversaries. It won't be easy to win a title. It's a hard struggle against the league's top players. The path to a championship is lined with intense competition and unforeseen obstacles, but a playoff run is understandably anticipated. The trip will be difficult, but their potential is more apparent than before. However, there is a clear consensus among basketball experts. It is now practically a given that Boston and Clark will be on the USA basketball team. This isn't merely hopeful conjecture. Their unquestionable talent and strategic significance to the national program are demonstrated by this. Few other couples can match the star power and synergy that their dual presence guarantees. The national stage is prepared to present their united genius to the world. The long-lasting bond between Boston and Clark dates back to their time as rivals in college and goes beyond their professional careers. Boston described how it was strange at first to play against someone so fiercely competitive before banding together. Recognized the quick development of their complementary abilities and like-minded approach. Their dynamic swiftly changed from rivals to an unstoppable force as a result of this deep realization of a common goal and elite mentality. The leaked information from people following Clark's path attests to her steadfast desire to be a pillar of American basketball. Her injuries from last year and her previous Olympic rejection have only strengthened her resolve, turning a desire into an unrelenting quest. It's not simply about having fun. Cementing her legacy on the global scene is the goal, a motivation that will surely help her reach new heights. Her unwavering commitment guarantees that she will make a lasting impression on the sport. This incredible combination of skill, opportunity, this unwavering resolve promises a fall that might be genuinely exceptional for the Fever as well as the women's basketball scene as a whole. The league's glimpses of their domination in practices in 2026 hint at a time when Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston will be more than just athletes. They will be the architects of a new era. They have the power to change the course of history and leave a lasting impression that will affect future generations. One startling moment at a time, They are creating an unforgettable legacy.